Hello again from Digicool Things. The 6502 card was my second CPU card that I designed for the Minimalist Europe Card Bus. It was also a key component for my CreatiVision Console recreation project that I'm currently enjoying using. Recently, I completed my CreatiVision Controller project. This will be the subject of a Part 2 CreatiVision recreation video, which I'm currently working on completing to share my journey. In the meantime, this short video is just to update you all on the latest 6502 CPU card revision, which brings it up to version 1.3. You see, while testing my CreatiVision controller, I realized that the crucial reset button on the CreatiVision console was actually connected to the non-maskable interrupt, NMI. I'd forgotten that this reset button needs to be pressed in order to play a game. So it's not actually a hard reset, as you'd easily assume from the button's reset label. So, in order to initially test my new CreatiVision controller with my MECB CreatiVision recreation, I had to bodge triggering a non-maskable interrupt with a jumper wire attached to the bus header on my MECB prototype card. However, this was only a temporary stopgap measure to get me up and running. A link wire to trigger NMI is not ideal, particularly since your non-maskable interrupt push button should really be debounced. Otherwise, you'll potentially be creating multiple interrupts at every button press. So, to properly resolve this, and to also provide for other 6502 CPU card applications that might also require a non-maskable interrupt button, I've made an update to the existing MECB 6502 CPU card. This adds a debounced NMI push button and NMI button header to add to the existing reset push button and reset button header. Now, there are several ways I could have implemented the desired debouncing of the NMI push button input. However, after thinking through the most suitable debounce circuit to use, it occurred to me that the simple 8-pin dual-in-line TC1232 that I was already using for the reset controller would also be perfect for a manual NMI push-button debounce. The TC1232 is relatively inexpensive, requires no additional components, and provides a nice manual push-button debounce function. Besides, if you'd bought more than one TC1232 for your CPU card assembly, then you probably have a spare one or two in your parts drawer, just like me. In case you're thinking, hang on, this is a power on reset controller, and we don't want a power on non-maskable interrupt. Well, this is not a problem, as the CPU's NMI input is falling edge triggered, not level triggered. Since a falling edge can't happen until we have a high level to start with, the first non-maskable interrupt won't happen until the power on reset has completed and you then push the NMI push button. So all is good. So let's take a look at the updated schematic. You can see that the debounced NMI push button and external button header is simply a duplication of the existing reset TC1232 base circuit. This, of course, only needs to be populated on the PCB if you actually want NMI button functionality on your 6502 CPU card. So here's a 3D render of the updated version 1.3 6502 CPU card PCB. As you can see, the second TC1232 and NMI header fits nicely in the previously free PCB space, alongside the equivalent reset circuit. And I've routed an onboard NMI push button to the card edge, just along from the existing reset button. So let's get the first one assembled and tested. Here it is, now fully assembled and fully populated. I've transferred across the 2 MHz oscillator and the PLD from my older 6502 CPU card. So we should be all configured for the memory map of my CreatiVision recreation. The actual ROM code is on my separate MECB 1MB ROM expansion card. This means that I can easily test our new non-maskable interrupt functionality by using the existing CreatiVision code to both check that we power up successfully and that I'm able to start playing a game for a non-maskable interrupt button push. Okay, let's get the new CPU card in place. And I'll apply power. Okay, we're powered up and in the Sonic Invader track mode, as you might have seen previously in my part 1 video of my CreatiVision recreation. Now, pressing the NMI button should put us in play mode. And it does. So all is working as expected. So now it's time for another game of Sonic Invader via my CreatiVision Controller, but this time without the bodged NMI jumper wire. Okay, I'll see you in the next video where I'll be introducing and covering my fun CreatiVision controller journey. That's it. Thanks for watching.